So we are on our next phase of the loft. So I showed you the other day, Brent was
almost the final phase.
Oh, so close. Brent had drilled out this hole, which which post?
That one is supposed to fit.
This post will fit into. And so we're gonna assemble it, and then we're going to fit it in spot and drill and screw and whatever we need to do and get her in. Okay, Brent, we're gonna put this railing up today.
Well, sort of. We're going to measure it to make sure that it is in the right spot, because there's another one going beside it.
Okay.
And I have to make sure that the notches that I cut out of the subfloor match what the plans have.
Okie dokie. Shall we put this on time lapse? That looks like a job. Got the camera recording.
Oh yeah. This is probably one of the hardest things I've had to do in the whole build so far.
Even harder than drywall?
Oh, drywall is easy work. It's just, drywall is more brain work than physical labor. Well, aside from lifting sheets and stuff. But yeah, this here has to be the end post of our railing up here. The other one is going to be dropped into the floor, which is just, I have to cut a piece of the plywood out. Mm-hmm. And it will be resting on this joist log as well. But this one, I have to drill in 5 inches.
Okay.
3 inches by 3 inches by 5, straight down.
All right.
And thought about a few different ways. A hole saw was suggested, but I don't think cutting that amount of wood in one shot would be good for the drill or my arm. So I'm just using an aggressive spade bit.
Okay.
A 1.5 inch.
So this is Western redwood cedar.
Western red cedar, yes.
Yeah.
And it is a raw log. So there's still good moisture content in it. I wouldn't know what it is. If it's probably over 40% anyways still, because the chips that I'm pulling out of here, they're dark and they're damp.
So what I find as you're doing this is I'm in awe of the color of the wood that he's pulling out. Okay, so yesterday we did a bunch of time lapse and we did get this railing up. What we learned is we took off too much down at that bottom corner. So now we have a bigger gap here. But
Well, we have a 5-inch gap instead of a 3-inch gap.
so we need to fill it in with something, and first instinct was, oh, let's do it with a 2x4. And then we went, no, let's not do it with a 2x4. Anyways, but we have a solution, and I will show you what that is in a few minutes. So this is the parts that we're going to be putting in probably tomorrow, because I think drilling that hole is probably all Brent can do today. I'm going to do a 3rd coat of paint on this wall, and we are going to probably go and pick up some trim at some point, but we're gonna have to use the car because it's just been wet, and what can I say? It's fall. The snow is creeping down the mountains and we are still at it, but we get to work indoors, so that's a great thing. Got a couple of projects on the go outside, but I'll show you those another time. Up. I think it looks fantastic, but there is a little bit of a problem. Not sure if you can see this. Look at the gap. So we have to find something to go in there. So, I mean, my whole body would fit through there. So, Brent's gonna get a hold of Lake Country Log Homes and the man who built the stair railings and stuff. I don't know what their plan was, but we're gonna have to put a little something in there. And then same thing over here. Now, this might have been us because like putting this stuff together, this is not a how-to. This is probably more of a don't do this because it's gonna cause you grief. So, we also have a pretty good gap here. So there's about 5 inches, 6 inches. So we thought about putting this beaver wood that I found last year in there. It's been sitting out in the dirt. So I thought about putting that in there. Ugh, I could just attach it to the main post and that solves that problem. It does need some cleaning up. And we were thinking we would need more for the other side. And so we grabbed a couple more that we really liked. We went for a walk to the beach to the beach with the dogs. But I don't know if those are going to work over there. We might have to use our creative side if he doesn't have a better solution for us. And maybe put the big one over on this side and the 2 smaller ones over there. We will see what we end up doing, and we'll fill you in on that. It's another day at the cabin. And Brent's putting in these pieces to, that looks really good. Create less of a gap. I should get that center post a little more solid.
Well, that one is not getting any more solid. I've got 4 screws into it, and one of them is a lag bolt about 10 inches long, right through the base of it into the log below. Okay. So that's not going anywhere. Although it could look a little sturdier, but that's what it is for now. I wonder if we put a screw into those tines that go into the hole. Maybe that's the weak point. Possibly into here, you mean?
Yeah, on that post.
The horizontals, yeah. I think I actually did that. No, I did it on this one, but I haven't done it on that one.
All right, so okay. I'll come back and check on you when
yeah,
you are done. Well, the railings got completed. So, it's been some time actually, a little bit. And I realized that I forgot to show you how it ended up. So, we've already moved things up here and are using our loft space. So this railing turned out really great. And we ended up using the beaver wood, the bigger piece right at the end here. And I sanded it down as much as I could. And maybe we'll add some stain when we get to that phase of our build. And I believe I left you right here.
Oh. I was sitting right here, yes, putting up these cross members. I was in the process of scribing the horizontals. Then I've got another one down here, and then I put this one in solid in between. So we've got some 3 and 4 inch wood screws attaching everything. This is solid, but before this section here, this piece was a little bit loose. It was actually a lot of it loose.
And the inspector was unhappy.
Yeah, the inspector told me I need to solidify this railing in particular. This post was the problem. I could have run a beam right to the front wall, front gable. That would have solidified everything, but then that would look like garbage.
No.
Yeah, I didn't want that either. So he actually showed me a couple of blocking techniques for the base of it, which I did. underneath the flooring here. So I've got some blocking all around the base of this post. And I've got extra bracing down there. So it's actually very solid now. I can actually lean against it and not worry about going over the edge.
So we blocked it and we got, I don't know, a ton of screws in there holding it still. So that's pretty solid. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's very solid compared to what it was before. From the original plans, we didn't know how it was supposed to sit distance-wise from the ceiling to the center log. We're not builders, not professional builders, but everything turned out well. It's as solid as it's ever going to be. And
it passed inspection.
So we're good with that.
Okay. So we can look down upon the things below. And not worry about the railing giving out. So that's all we wanted to share with you this week.
Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And ring that bell for notifications.
Bye-bye for now. Don't look at the dog hair. I need to get out of too much space. Okay.